In this video, I will show you how to schedule an appointment with your care team through MyChart. If you have an emergency, always call 911. Please note, for certain health concerns, I may not be able to schedule online and will need to call to schedule. As I go through the scheduling process in MyChart, the system may alert me about this. I get started by logging into my MyChart account. If I don't have a MyChart account, I may still be able to schedule appointments without logging in. However, it's a good idea for me to create a MyChart account, if I don't have one, for the best scheduling experience. Today, I want to schedule a visit with a cardiologist. I will start by clicking Menu and then Schedule an Appointment. This takes me to a new page where I can schedule by provider or appointment reason. On the left, I will see a list of my existing providers. If I wish, I can click on those providers to schedule an appointment. On the right, I see a prompt asking me to tell us why you're coming in. If I need to see a provider in a new specialty or for a new concern, I will use this list. Since I need to see a provider in cardiology and have not before, I click Cardiology New Patient. On the next page, MyChart will ask me some questions. One of the questions will ask if I am experiencing a medical emergency. If yes, I should call 911. I am not experiencing an emergency, so I can proceed with scheduling. Throughout the scheduling process, I can click Start Over to return to the beginning. I may be asked a few more questions about whether I have seen a cardiologist recently, and what is my main diagnosis or health concern, and what are my symptoms. I click the correct buttons or select the correct answers in the drop-down menus. To select an answer in a drop-down, I click the down arrow to see my options and click on my selection. When I am ready to proceed, I click the green Continue button. The screen will now show me a list of available Emory locations where I can schedule my appointment. The All button shows me every option, and Near Home shows me the locations closest to my home address. I can enter a zip code to see Emory locations close to another area of my choosing. If I want to search by provider, I can scroll to the bottom of this page and click Select from Available Providers. When a drop-down menu appears, I see a list of providers who will be best to treat my specific health concern. I can select my preferred provider and click View Times to see their schedule availability. Today, I am happy to visit any locations or providers near me, so I click the box on any location near home. Next, I select a date and time that works for me. I can choose from the appointment options that appear on the left, or I can adjust my search criteria in the right side menu. I begin by selecting the date I wish to start with. To select a date, I click on the calendar icon and then my preferred date in the pop-up. Morning appointments are best for me, so I click on the AM options for each day of the week. I know they are selected because they turn blue. I can filter my search results for location and providers by clicking Edit. If needed, I can search providers by gender, female or male, language, clinical interest, and provider type in the same right side menu. If I don't see any options that are right for me, I can call my provider's office. When I select my preferred times and dates, the providers and appointment options will appear on the left side of the page. I select an option that works for my schedule by clicking on the time slot in the box. Now I see a page with my contact and personal information. This page only appears if it has been some time since I verified my information. If anything is incorrect, I click Edit, update the fields that appear, and click Save Changes when I am done. If I change my mind, I can click Cancel to return to the previous page without updating my information. This is optional, but it could be helpful information for my care team. Everything looks good, so I click This information is correct. The next page allows me to check and update my insurance information. I can remove, add, or make minor updates to my coverage for this appointment, including uploading pictures of my insurance cards. Again, this may not appear if I recently verified my insurance information. I am happy with my selections and insurance information, so I click This information is correct. Next, I see a page with my selected provider and appointment date, time, and location. There is a text box where I can add a few specific sentences about my health and reason for this appointment. This helps the care team know my concern. Before I click Schedule It, I can ask to join a wait list and receive an alert if appointments open up sooner. I do this by clicking the box next to Join the wait list and be notified if earlier appointments open up. Everything looks correct, so I click Schedule It. Now my appointment is scheduled, and I see all my appointment details. To print and save this information, I click the printer icon. I can click Add to Calendar to add this appointment to an Outlook or Apple Calendar with location and arrival time details. I can click Get Directions to see how to get to my appointment. If I want to leave or join the waitlist, I can do that once again on this page. I can begin checking in for my appointment by filling out the related forms. I can also wait to do this closer to my appointment. If I need to reschedule or cancel my appointment, I do so by clicking Reschedule Appointment or Cancel Appointment at the bottom of the page. I am asked to give a reason for the cancellation before I submit. If I don't have a MyChart account, I will need to set up an account or call my provider's office to cancel or reschedule my appointment. Please note that some specialties do not allow cancellation or rescheduling in MyChart. If this happens, I will be prompted to call the provider's office directly. I click Back to Appointments and Visits to see my newly scheduled appointment under Upcoming Visits. In this video, I showed you how to schedule an appointment with your provider. Thank you.